In today's Health Watch, have you scheduled your annual wellness checkup yet? Well, it could be a good time to make an appointment with your doctor before insurance deductibles reset in January, the D word. So we made an appointment with our doctor. Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Jon LaPook is here. Good morning, doctor.
Morning.
Good morning.
So those doctor's visits just seem so fast, and the doctors like talking to you while they're typing up, because they're so overworked themselves.
Yeah, sure.
What should people do to make the most of their time?
Well, first you got to realize you're not there to receive health care. It's a
You're
partnership.
not?
No, it's a partnership. You're going back and forth. And it's not like, the doctor or a caregiver is God and you're down there receiving it. You have to do your homework beforehand. And you have to understand, they are under pressure. There's only a certain amount of time. So what can you do beforehand?
Yeah, what's your homework?
Your homework should be, first of all, especially if it's a first visit, what's your family history? I'm going to want to know, is there cancer, heart disease, et cetera, et cetera. What medications are you on? And people will often come into the office and they'll go, I said, what medicine? I'm taking that blue pill. I said, I don't know what that blue pill is. So one trick is just brown bag it. Take your meds, put them in a bag, and bring them forward. And then also, I'm going to want to know your past medical history. What operations have you had? You're smiling about the brown bag.
Well, I'm just imagining them being like, well, that's an M&M.
No, but I think if you want to try to make the most out of those few minutes, then you have to do your homework so you come in, you're prepared. And especially you should be coming in with what are those few questions that you really want to have the answer to. And think about them.
Yeah, I love the advice to avoid the by the way moment. If you have something to talk about, don't wait, right?
Yeah, we also call it the doorknob moment, which is, you're walking out the door and
Doctor, there's just one more thing I wanted to ask you about.
I've had this crushing chest pain that goes down my arm, and I'm short of breath, but I'll see you in no, come back in. So if you are having chest pain, if you are having some other problem, think beforehand, what questions am I going to want to know? I'm going to want to know, have you ever had it before? When did it start? If it's a pain, what's the quality? Is it burning? Is it sharp? What makes it better? What makes it worse? Is it every second of every day? On and on and on. And if you go in there and you think, okay, what is the doctor or care provider going to want to know? You can come in there prepared.
Sometimes I actually make a list on my notes, almost like a to-do list before my doctor's appointment, and thinking about all the things I want to talk to her about.
And I would say at the end of the day, the most important thing is, you talk about looking at the computer. You should feel that your doctor or care provider is in the room with you, okay? And if you don't feel that, we all have to do that. But if you don't feel that they're in the room with you, then there's really something wrong. A couple of years ago, a woman came in, I'd known her for 30 years. She came into the office, she said, "Hi." I said, "What's the matter?" She burst into tears.
Aww.
Her whole life was falling apart. And when she stopped crying, she said, "How did you know?" I said, "Too big of a high."
Yeah.
So you need to, know somebody.
Speaking of size, what's too big of a candy bar on Halloween for the kids? How much candy should your children consume?
Right, unless there's a medical reason not to. I say as a father and also as a physician, go for it on that day.
Just let them have whatever they want. Brian's nodding. Brian, really?
No. If they're bouncing off the walls, maybe you calm them down a little bit. If they're getting a bellyache, maybe they learn you shouldn't have so much.
All right, we'll see what happens on Thursday. Dr. Jon LaPook, thank you so much.
You got to start them early and then cut them
okay.
off. That's the key.
Oh, okay.